All right, and now we're gonna take a random jump from Rage Against the Machine to Pearl Jam. So, what do you think of this one, the Rearview Mirror album?
I like it. It doesn't seem particularly badass to me unless I'm missing context.
No, I don't think there's any context to it. Um, I don't know. I'm really undecided on it. So obviously A is off the table, right?
Oh
I
yeah,
think
it's not an A. Yeah.
right. I think it is kind of badass to do it that way, but it's not something extremely tough.
Yeah, I mean the symbolism is cool, but it's not tough at all to
Right,
me.
right.
Um, but it does show a good attitude. We could go eating dry protein powder at best, I'd say.
Okay. Yeah, because it does have, that still punk feel to it, especially with his pants cuffed like that, It's not
Yeah,
it's not something I'd laugh at, right?
right. It's a cool attitude. Don't get me wrong. But
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I was even looking at that before I brought you on, and I was just like, man, I can't decide on this. It really is interesting to me. Another one I can't decide on, and keeping it kind of that 90s grunge theme, Radiohead.
so I just had a bunch of South Park flashbacks right now. Shit, man.
Do you have any context on this album?
I No, I don't.
I don't either. I'm wondering these two are these the ports that they give cancer patients the treatment through?
Those port. Well, usually they'd only have one.
That's what I
But
thought.
yeah, I mean, those could be ports. I look, I don't know. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, assuming what they are or aren't, but it is possible. But I don't know anything about
Yeah.
this. Actually, I just don't.
Yeah, I don't either. Uh, this one looks like it has a light on in the center, so I was like, is it supposed to be headlights? I don't know.
Yeah, dude. And even the name the bends, I think that's another term for decompression sickness when diving. So maybe the dude is coming up from the water. I'm
I,
I'm
I
pretty clueless on this one.
I'm not sure, but I gotta tell you, I think it's Weenie Hut level for me because if you take away the two, what could be inlets, it just looks like a guy moaning to me.
I mean, he probably feels like a badass, but for us watching, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I,
whatever.
I I feel like this is the same thing, and that maybe when it was released it was better, but I'm not seeing it.
I just swatted a mosquito on my arm. That was pretty cool.
Nice. Did you drink its blood and gain its courage?
I regained mine.
Nice. All right. Speaking of bloodsuckers, Cardi B.
Man, what kind of shit is this? I don't know what to say about this, dude.
I don't know either, but the lips specifically kind of swayed me so that it can't be F. Her outfit is fucking crazy and her hair is crazy, but again, when you compare it to some of the other female artist ones, like Miranda Cosgrove's one, I think it's a little harder.
There's more of an attitude for sure.
Yeah, and I can't get over this kind of I got away with tying up all those guys look on her face.
Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, there's some badass energy to it.
But what do you think though? We're going Weenie Hut or we're going with the gingerbread man?
I think I think gumdrop buttons can be warranted in this case.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. It's another one of those that just genuinely I spent time thinking about it and I was like I don't know. It's not helping me the longer I look at it. All right, this one is a very very interesting album, and I love looking at it because it's so artistic, and I don't want to get pretentious here, but to get pretentious, yeah, it's like such a unique design, and I really like it, and I don't know how it fits as tough. The Hypnotic Eye by Tom Petty.
um, Look, man, like I don't know if I'm lacking context here. It's like it's barely more elaborate to the Pink Floyd than the Pink Floyd one to me, unless you can tell me something.
So I think it is more elaborate, but I definitely understand what you're saying there. But it's like one of those eye tests, you know, where if you stare at it long enough, it'll move. You can see images in it, and then if you look at the wall, then you'll still have those colors burned into your retinas. So I don't think context offers anymore, but I just thought it was a cool design. I always did. When it came out, I really liked it, but I don't know, again, how it fits with our criteria.
It's not. I mean, that is cool to know, but it doesn't strike me as like badass or
Right,
anything like
right.
that.
So that's my thought too, is that it's not badass, but then it's like the fact that they actually took that approach, it kind of like, you know, I'm not trying to sway your opinion here, but just, you know, telling you my thoughts. Is like they had the stones to actually fucking do that. I don't. It's kind of raises it a little bit, but yeah, I think it's in the right. I think it's in the right place. All right, now here's a pretty big leap in genres again. Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers.
Pretty cool, in my opinion. Hardwire necklace.
All right, I think it's very eerie. I think the fact that they intentionally went with a blurry picture ups the ante there, because it makes it so much more, you know, unclear of what the fuck this is. I think it does have a certain like horror factor to it, and it's really interesting.
It's that mystery, that fear of the unknown.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that is what, you know, embodied the entire the entire genre at the time. So yeah, I agree with you there. Okay, here's another one. There's gonna be a little bit of a trend here, but Ice Cube's America's Most Wanted with the KKK.
Fuck, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm stuck between barbed wire necklace and salty spittoon.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's really fucking hard, not because of what is shown, but because of the fact that he has on no gold. You know, he's not showing what you think of as like the gangster rap. There's no gun, there's no sword, there's no fist there. You know, he's rubbing his hands like that, but there's no fist. There's no reason to assume violence is associated with this at all. And yet, you have that feeling.
Oh, 100%. There, shit's about to go down, even if you don't know what it is.
Right. Yeah, I think that is one of the best albums, and I think if they would have done something like have a big, you know, ungodly chain around his neck, or even handcuffs, like what made Ice-T's one, I think it would have done the opposite here.
Yeah, no, that's too on the nose.
Exactly.
You know, no, this is a good one for sure.
Yeah, I vote A, but I would be willing to accept the B tier.
Let's put it in A. Let's put it in A. That's
Right.
fair.
Okay, and then here's another one. 50 Cent's Get Rich or Die Tryin'.
Shit. Oh shit, man. So here's the thing. So it's badass on its own.
Right.
But it benefits from the context so much.
Absolutely.
But I know I'm not allowed to use that. Is the problem.
Yeah.
So if some like, so I know our criteria is a dude goes into a record store and pulls this up and looks at it without knowing anything about it at all.
Right.
It's just some jack dude with the busted glass in front of him. That's still really badass. Without the lack of context, I might go high end of barbed wire necklace, which is, it's painful to not put it in salty spittoon though.
Yeah, I agree completely. And you know how I feel about religion, and the fact that he has it perfectly framed around the cross, even with me wishing he didn't have a cross, that is still a big, you know, powerful message behind that.
I didn't even notice that, to be honest. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. I think.
He
Go ahead.
probably God for saving him or something.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. I mean, you get shot 9 times. Kind of hard not to get shot on the fucking lip. That's pretty big, life-changing event.
Yep.
And I really like the fact that he has all those tattoos and everything. I'll put it back up on the screen. You can see he's clearly tatted up and he has some color and everything, but it's not an overwhelming, disgusting tattoo, that like you can just see like huge black chunks of ink that make no sense unless you have context to them. I think just everything about it just really worked.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
And the glass perfectly covers up his nipples so we don't have to worry about being gay while we look at it. Alright. Tupac's All Eyes on Me.
Look, I mean, hell of a story. Again, we can't use context. Very tough, but it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't strike me the way the others did, you know?
Exactly.
I mean, look, I could conceivably see this and eating dry protein powder. Yeah, it feels insulting and disrespectful. I don't mean it to be, but that's just my gut.
For me, the difference really between 50s and this one is that 50 has his cross he's representing, right? But Tupac is like all on it, and he's like, oh, and I'm sure he's not making that sound, but that's what I picture.
Yeah, it's he does it with a deeper voice. That's the only difference. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It's kind of flaunting it excessively.
Yeah. And I think again the difference is that 50 is like, yeah, at the end of the day I'm thankful for God, where he's kind of like, oh man, every thought has to be, in the eyes of God.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What the fuck are your thoughts on this?
Jesus Christ. I don't even know what this is, but I can't stand it already.
It's Lady Gaga as a motorcycle.
Oh my God. Yeah, of course it is. Okay, look. Here's the problem. It has all the components, or most of the components of what we would assume with badass shit.
Right.
Yeah. It looks completely fucking absurd.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's
yeah.
like, do you expect me to believe you were born as a two-wheeled engined vehicle? Like, I know that's not what you're saying. Obviously, but like, I mean, there's a better way to get your point across that you're a maverick, that you're a rebel, that you're different than the others. This just doesn't work, man.
Yeah, I agree. I think her face, like if it was just her legitimately, is way crazy. I especially like how only her lips are colored in. I think that is just a huge wow factor.
Yeah,
and
that's
maybe go ahead.
I was just saying that's some bad bitch energy for sure. Just the face itself.
Yeah, definitely it is. And maybe I could be okay with the motorcycle concept, but her arms as the forks are just so stupid.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
It's like some dude literally fucked his motorcycle and got it pregnant, and that's the resulting child. I don't know how you feel about that kind of language on your YouTube channel, but
no, we're all good.
Okay, but you just don't want certain images on your channel.
Yeah, because they strike that down.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, I've never had a YouTube channel before. But in any case, look, I'm sorry, this looks fucking stupid, man.
Yeah, I agree. And, there's so much that it's just really fucking cheesy, okay? Some things I will say I do like, and that is hard, and I'm not sure if you can see it on the smaller version of this image, but the smoke coming off the end of the tailpipes right here, that's pretty fucking nice. That's a good little detail. The specific layout of the rims and the chain, like it is actually kind of a hard bike, right? The seat is fucking stupid. But I think the biggest critique that I have is actually this little sparkle right here between the O and the R. That is such 90s freaking Nova showing how children are made fucking energy on that editing.
Oh man, I didn't even notice that. But yeah, like the bike is badass. Gaga, the way she's presenting is badass. But those things together is just fucking nonsense, and that little sparkle is ridiculous too.
Yeah, I think it's gotta be it's gotta be down here.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah, if I picked that up in the middle of the store, I would definitely be laughing.
Yeah.
All right, here is a fucking great one that I wish I knew more about because I only found this today when I was making this list.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know anything about this. Have you heard of Chinua Achebe? He's an African author, and he wrote a book called Things Fall Apart. Great book. I don't know if that has anything to do with this, but again, we can't go off of context here.
Right.
So, look, I like this. I like this art. I do.
Yeah, I think it's really powerful.
Hmm.
I mean, as terrible as it is, and I wish genuinely this person wasn't experienced this, but I mean, I don't think you can show how fucked up and the fear is perfectly encapsulated, and the fact that I don't know necessarily he's laughing, but his mouth is turned upward in what appears to be a smile. Okay, those two. I mean, this guy is also a really strong statement that he is full on sprint. But I think these two really are the focus here, and that's fucking crazy.
Just the contrast between the two facial expressions. And yeah, it's fucking terrible. But a lot of the best works of art are just depictions of horrible things, And I think this is no different. I've never seen this before. I got to tell you, I've never seen this before. But I already appreciate what they're going for here.
Well, that's weird. I know you can't see my camera right now, but a tear just came out of my eye.
Dude, this is hitting you pretty hard.
I fucking guess so. I think it's got to be Salty Spittoon level. I think that is right behind the Burning Monk.
I can't push back on that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that I'm definitely going to check out that album for sure. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully the music is just as powerful as the the cover.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't even know what genre it is, to be honest, but
Yeah.
I'll find out.
Yeah. All right, this is J. Cole. Never heard a single song by him. I don't know him. I don't know anything about him, but this struck me as pretty powerful.
Oh, yeah. You know damn well what he's going for there.
Yeah.
Look, I like it. It doesn't strike me quite the same way as the others. I might feel barbed wire necklace on this one.
I think I'd even be okay with the C tier. My biggest critique is it's a really good, powerful statement. And maybe I'm missing it. Maybe this is some privilege coming out. But why is it just a piece of plywood for the backboard?
Look, so without revealing too much about ourselves, the middle school we went to had a really janky ass basketball hoop. It had chains instead of ropes for the netting.
Right.
But it still didn't have a wooden backboard. That is some next level janky shit. I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I know it burns more easily, obviously, but besides that, I don't know.
That's exactly. So again, maybe I'm missing it, and maybe this is context about society that I just don't have. Did you just hear my cat moan?
No, but I wish I did.
Anyway, if it is genuinely this happens in places that have no money, that the backboard gets stolen or it's just broken and never gets repaired, so people put up plywood, then this elevates it completely. I don't know. I've never heard of that before. I think they just did it, like you said, to get it to have a better burning image, and I think that really lessens it. But if I'm completely wrong about that and sound stupid right now, then I will definitely feel bad that I'm not going to rate it higher.
Because we just have to go off of what we know.
Right. I think down here is where I would put it.
Fair.
Okay. Ice Cube's death certificate. Now, if you can't tell, hanging off this cadaver. The tag says Uncle Sam.
That's pretty cool. Whether you agree with the message or not, the way it's being portrayed is pretty freaking cool, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's pretty fucking badass.
The death of the American dream. Look, man, that's tough when we're considering where we put everything else.
Right.
I don't know. His pose is kind of weird.
Yeah,
but he does it a lot. I feel barbed wire necklace, just like gut feeling.
I think personally where I would put it would be right here. Like, it's better than these ones down here, but I think you compare this one to the other Ice Cube album, the America's Most Wanted, this one just isn't as badass as that one.
I agree.
Okay, here's another one, Pearl Jam, and we got a motherfucking alpaca sticking his teeth through the fence. And this is one that it's not badass on the surface, but there's something about it that just makes it seem like, you know, maybe there is something hard behind this story, you know? And it's not, but just imagine if that was an electric fence that fucking thing's putting its head through because it's so pissed off it's trying to get you.
No, that would be cool.
That would be pretty badass.
Offhand, and I know I should know this. Do you know if Eddie Vedder's any kind of animal rights activist?
I'm pretty sure he is, but I don't. You know, the thing with me personally is that I know that there's so many organizations, especially like PETA, that just lie and do terrible shit, that when it comes to any actual animal activist, I kind of just don't even credit them for what they should have, because I imagine that they're not as good as what they say based on what I know from others. So I never look into that, to be honest with you.
Fair enough, because he might be going for that here. In any case, though, it doesn't strike me as that badass, to be honest. I'd go Gumdrop, maybe.
All right. Yeah, I think just on the fact that it's not a cow, you know, it's kind of a unusual animal that hypes it a little bit. But I don't know. It's still nothing badass, but I feel like the context behind it could change your mind. Like, it has just enough to get you interested. All right. This next one, I have never seen this album before, but that is one fucking cool image.
Oh yeah. I've heard of Blur. I haven't seen this. I don't know, man. Eddie Vedder wouldn't appreciate it, but I can get behind it. You know, some greyhounds racing and stuff. But I love their facial expressions.
Yeah.
I like it, dude.
The mean mug right here is a great shot.
Yeah, running his ass off for sure. Yeah. I'm feeling eating dry protein powder.
All right. Yeah, I don't disagree. I don't think that, you know, it doesn't outshine the D12 one or the Tupac one or the J. Cole one. So, you know, when you compare it to those, then I think, yeah, it belongs here. If there was nothing else really hard on this list, I could justify putting it up higher, but just comparing everything else, yeah, I think that's where it's got to go. All right, here's a band I'm not sure you're familiar with or not. I've grown to like this band a lot over the last few months, but Mother.
Featuring Blur. Just kidding. Yeah, so I don't know anything about this. I don't know, just how primitive the death of that fish is kind of cool.
For me, something that stands out, and again, I'm not sure if you can really see it, this thing has got some deadly teeth on it. They're really sharp, and the way the hook is fucking gruesome. I actually feel bad for this fish. And then it's the fact that, you know, it's the claws through the eye instead of somewhere that you would expect. That is a, you know, I don't know what fucking statement they're trying to make. Maybe it's to go vegan, I don't know. But I tell you what comes to my head when I see this is, it's okay to eat fish because they don't have any feelings.
Look, man, there's just kind of something. I like the contrast between the friendliness of the text, like "Oh my heart," and then just the act of violence on this fish. I'm a fan
Yeah.
of this idea.
Yeah, I am too. And it's weird, and I don't think I can justify A tier, especially with the others that are up there. I think I could justify B tier. I think C tier is probably my vote, but it's like a higher end C tier,
I feel that.
and it has that red, white, black scheme that I was telling you I've noticed speaks to me. Keeping with that theme, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Look, man, I love RHCP, but fuck is this shit, man? I mean, uh, do you have any? Do you know anything about this that I don't like?
Not really, and to be honest with you, this is one of the albums that I don't really listen to. I think this is like one of the worst albums that they have, even though it's super popular amongst their fans. I just genuinely don't like this one as much as the other ones. I think what does stand out to me is the color scheme and the depiction of the flowers because they're not like animated or anything like that. I think
Yeah.
they do look cool. I think there is kind of a statement. I don't know what the fuck it would be. But the thing that has always tripped me out about this, I'm pretty sure this is the drummer. You can't see his eyes, and it you can't tell that they're closed. It looks like they're just not there. That's always been like whoa.
Yeah. So when I turn my phone upside down, you can kind of see that his eyes are closed just because of how the shadow projects and his eyelashes. Um, but yeah, dude, it doesn't really hit me.
So you think D?
I'd say Gumdrop.
All right. Yeah, it's again just really interesting. Well, I guess we're going to that one now. What do you think of this?
Let's put it in Weenie Hut and get it over with.
Fuck, I forgot. I meant to add Courtney Love's face in the of the whole because I had her on the other one,
Oh my
and I forgot
God.
to do that. Damn it.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not great.
yeah. I kind of agree that, or no, I definitely agree that it's gonna be in Weaning Hut, but I feel like they missed a big opportunity. And I don't know how this would look, and this is just me again, but I think if they would have photoshopped her mouth upside down with the running mascara, way different statement.
Interesting.
But yeah, as is, it's just a prom queen who's happy. I don't know how the fuck that fits the. Am I missing context?
No, I mean, you know, I look. I'll tell you straight up. I haven't listened to much Hole. You know, I just haven't.
You haven't been in a lot of hole.
My fair share, but you know, I had to use my shovel to measure it to please the warden. You know, but
Yeah, I don't know. I might be missing something there and be foolish, but I don't get it. Smashing Pumpkins.
shit, man. Look, I love this freaking album. It doesn't hit me as badass though.
No, it's not. And the
Yeah.
reason that I included this one specifically is when you think of like even Pearl Jam's Alpaca or Llama, whatever it was, compared to this, like that one's much harder. When you think of any Nirvana album, Bleach and Naruto, any of those compared to this thing, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that is a pretentious
that's fair.
ass album cover.
Yeah. I love that album, but it's not for this list. It has to go to F.
Yeah, yeah. All right, American Idiot.
Look, it's there's effort made to be badass. It doesn't hit me as super badass. Cool album. But I I would go Gumdrop on that.
Yeah, I think. Why is it a fucking heart? If it was just a regular grenade that's bleeding, I think that's a much different story. But I never understood why it was a heart. And again, maybe there's
It's
something stupid I'm missing. But
I feel like it's both the notion of being a bleeding heart person and also just the explosive emotion of a heart exploding kind of
Mm.
thing.
The bleeding heart liberal stance actually is very interesting on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, body count.
Okay. Well, this is some badass shit right here. I I wasn't expecting you to have this guy, to be honest, but I mean, I'd have to go barbed wire necklace at the very least on this.
So here's the thing, and this is going to be a little bit biased, okay? Know nothing about him. I don't really know any of the songs. I don't know who this person is, but my dad had a big stack of CDs in our RV. I was 8 years old. I was going through the stack. I came to this one, and it scared me. I did not like it. And I was like, Dad, what the fuck is this?
Well, if it scared you, that's some badass shit, man.
Yeah.
But
And I
I
didn't
mean,
even realize it said Cop Killer on him.
yeah, no, that's his most well-known song. I'm pretty sure. Believe it or not, this is not a rap album. It's more like punk and metal.
Really?
Yes, yeah, we'll give it a listen. I'll show you exactly what I mean. There's like shredding guitar solos and shit. Punk
Wow.
vocals.
Yeah, I did
Yeah, the
not
song
know that.
"Cop Killer" is punk as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this legitimately freaked me out. Like, it made me so uncomfortable. I think it's because, not because it's a black guy, I think it's because I
Thank you
didn't
for
realize.
clarifying that.
I'm pretty sure I didn't realize this was a human. Like, I thought it was a dog or something because of how deep it looks on his eyes.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, look, it exudes badass energy. I'm feeling barbed wire necklace. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd be fine with A. I think I'd personally put it B. Either one is all right with me.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. It legitimately scared me, and I've never had an album do that. But also, I've never. If I looked at this when I was 8, if I looked at this when I was 8, that definitely would have had a big fucking statement. So I don't know.
Oh.
What do you think? A or B? I'll let you decide.
I'd say B.
All right.
And keep in mind, folks, we're not endorsing any sort of messages here. We're just looking at the art, etc.
Well, it depends
Okay,
on the
maybe
cup.
I'll speak for myself anyway.
All right. So from body count to cash.
Look, man, I love this. You can feel the emotion in it. Gives you a real sense of the struggles of touring. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I am a fan of this. Eaten dry protein powder feels too low. Salty spittoon feels too high.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a barbed wire necklace.
I agree. And like you said, yeah, there's you get hit with the emotion of it, and I can't explain why. Like, okay, it's black and white, and you really see the age on him, but so fucking what?
Well, yeah, like you see the age on him, but it's also the shadow on his face and the downtrodden look. It's great.
Yeah. No, I really like it, and that album, I saw that, and that's actually one of the reasons I started listening to Johnny Cash. Is I got that album, and then I started listening to it. So it does have a big, there's a big connection to me with it. And yeah, I agree with everything you said. And yeah, he is downtrodden. But what would I fucking care if this old man is downtrodden? But for some reason, yeah, I do. All right. Willie Nelson's American Rebel.
I like Willie Nelson, but this is not a badass album cover.
See, so here's the thing, like, is it badass? No. Does this still go hard? Yes, yes it does. Especially for like the color scheme and the kind of like wilderness, betrayal of it. I don't know where I'd put it, but like it's still, it's not F for sure. It's not something I'd laugh at.
No way.
Yeah. It still has like some cowboy factor, I guess. What do you think? C through B. What do you think?
I might go C.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Again, I think it comes down to the fact that it's not a complete turnoff when it has those, like, you know, feminine colors to it, which is a stupid statement, but, you know, still gotta say how people are gonna say it. Yeah, it has kind of feminine themes to it. It still kind of is tough. I think that elevates it a little bit. All right, this one I previewed to us earlier, but the, the Highway to Hell album.
Look, you know, context matters. At the time, this is probably pretty cool. It just looks kind of dumb now, you know. Like, we have these metal bands with actual satanic shit, and then there's ACDC, just this very plain hard rock band with some very loosely connected to devil shit. It just doesn't hit me.
Now, to be completely honest with you, when I saw this, I laughed and I was like, dude, what the fuck is he holding? And then I realized it's supposed to be the tail, but that first thought was not anything normal.
Well, no, because it's stupid. So,
Yeah, I thought he was literally stroking it, man. And then his fucking lips, dude, like, I would be so embarrassed, man. The fucking cringe would actually kill me if that was me.
yeah, I don't like this shit at all.
Yeah. Are you alright with the hut?
I don't mind at all.
Alright. Taylor Swift's album. I don't know the name of this one. Let me get your opinion before I corrupt you.
So, look, and we're not commenting on her music here. I kind of like what she's going for here, because it seems to be called Reputation, and she has all these tabloids and newspapers saying all this shit about her.
Yeah.
And it's just her acknowledging that her reputation gets attacked, and she has a stoic look on her face. That's kind of badass.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Really
No, you took the words out of my mouth. I didn't actually expect you to take that route. I expected you to not think as highly of it. But I think one of the key things is it coming across her face. I feel like most people would have photoshopped their face around it and maybe just have it on the kind of shadow side here. But the fact that it comes right over her face, and then she's in distressed clothing, and her hair's not done like she's going to be on the NFL every second. You know, I think that is a really good statement. I think that is really powerful.
Yep.
So, we, as you can tell, do share a lot of similar tastes in all of this, but where are we going to put it? Because that's something I wasn't able to decide on.
Let's see here. Look, man, this is gonna... It's for sure better than Gumdrop. Now, my gut reaction was Barbed Wire Necklace is too high, but I don't think it is.
All right.
Actually.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So, I think the Cash, Body Count, Amerikka's 50s, Ice-T, and Eminem is all above it. But honestly, I think this one's a little harder than Hybrid Theory. All right. Well, you know, my friend, we are coming down to the last one that I have included. If you have one that I don't have here that you would like to mention, there's no problem. We can add it in. But this is the last one that I gathered. And, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, it's very fucking threatening. That's for sure. Yeah, I would go Gumdrop.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, like you said, it somehow is threatening, but there's no reason for it to be.
Well, because you know what she's about to do. That's why it's threatening.
Right. But, you know, she's not holding a knife. She doesn't have, you know, the Joker smile going up on her cheeks. You know, she's normal. She's a nice girl with a butterfly tattoo, and yet
Well,
you're
some
still
things
like,
are worse
that is
than death.
unsettling. Oh, sorry, what was that?
Some things are worse than death.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
No, I'm being silly. You know, there's medical validity for it, but like, yeah, it's not badass to me.
Yeah, yeah. Again, it's not badass, but the menacing factor in it made me undecided. I didn't know where I wanted it. I think, yeah, it definitely doesn't. It's harder than any of these, especially the fucking motorcycle one. But yeah, I don't know. I still am curious about what I genuinely think of that, and my answer might change after I'm done recording. But yeah, I agree. D is fine for now. All right. So, was there any ones you wanted to add to that?
Offhand, none in particular. I would say another favorite of mine. I don't know if I have the album name right, but the album the album by Dio, which features Rainbow in the Dark and Holy Diver. That one.
Oh, I can't believe I forgot that one.
That's a badass album cover.
Absolutely, it's called Holy Diver.
It is called Holy Diver. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Holy Diver is the title track. Then that makes sense. Okay, well that would go in Salty Spittoon for me, for sure.
Yeah, I can't believe I forgot that one. Yeah. As two boys who went to Catholic school, we can very much appreciate this.
There we go. Yeah, that is some badass shit right there.
Now, I don't want to speculate anything, but why would you think that a priest would go to hell?
I can think of several reasons such a thing might happen.
You think he was probably just taken from the collection basket?
Yeah, you know, you can't be taken from that collection basket. It's not for you, dude.
Yeah, no, well, I always have enjoyed this one. I think the fact that they didn't make him some goofy, you know, red devil that it kind of looks like he is mountainous. Yeah, that is fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
Good suggestion. I can't believe I didn't have that on there. Right, there's so many songs and albums that we could have thrown in there, obviously, but I think that covers a lot of different genres, a lot of different styles. I mean, I'm pretty sure nobody expected Miranda Cosgrove to make the list, but, you know, wanted to keep it for everybody. All right, well, I think that was a pretty good list, man. I had fun. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, good to be here after so long. I'll see you next time.
Hopefully we'll have Mr. Jack featured a lot more often because, as you can tell, we get along pretty well and it makes for some interesting conversations. And we pretty much agreed, but on the ones where we had contrasting opinions, it was pretty interesting to dive into that.
Totally.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If there's something specific that just has to be on the list that we didn't get to, let us know. I can make another video. It's no problem. All right. Thank you again, and we will see you in the next one.
Peace.